Hello, the channel, guys. Welcome back. Thought I'd do a quick midweek preview whilst we're it's international break, right? So can't even really be bothered watching football at the moment, but it is what it is. So hopefully people will get more enthusiasm for it than me. Before I put this up, I'll put the Brighton video up as well. But anyway, let's do the preview for midweek. Never got it out early enough last time for the weekend, so it's a good idea to have a look at the best teams, etc. for midweek, and then we'll have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Obviously, at the weekend, be back after the deadline. So first and foremost, well, Shanghai, not a licensed team. The people have got Vargas, Gustavo kicking about, great fixture, 3.75 XG. They've been bashing up teams 6 and 7, unbelievable. Just classic cards, obviously. Oscar's been linked with Orlando. That would be fun to get some challenger cards for next season. England against Finland, don't really disagree with that at all. Watched the Ireland-England game, and I know people always jump on the Southgate bandwagon, but thought England played some better stuff under Lee Carsley, honestly. 58% clean sheet percentage. I don't know what's going to be going on with the team itself. I've recorded this quite early, so I'm not going to look into predicted lineups and things at the moment, but I was quite impressed by Levi Colwell. I thought he was pretty good. Nice to see Trent getting a game as well. I'll come back to that in a wee minute. Japan against Bahrain. Again, Japan were excellent. Some of the talent they've got is incredible. They do tend to rotate a bit as well, so you've got to be careful with that. Guys like Taki had a great game but played the full game, so might not play the full game the next time. Frontale against Tosu is a pretty interesting one, so 2.35 XG, but not a really great clean sheet percentage. Chile against Bolivia won't have many players. Marinos against Kyoto Sanga. Ecuador, so a few guys about there with, guys like Moses Caicedo, etc. as well. Vissel Kobe against Cerezo. I think that'll be actually quite tough for Vissel, to be honest. Hungary, so a few guys like Sabozlai, etc. Ulsan, well, you've seen a wee minute. I've already sort of pre-picked some teams, etc. I'm not really that confident on them at the moment. Just a lot of messing about, and guys away in international break as well. We've got Brazil against Paraguay. 1.45 XG is really low. Good clean sheet percentage as well. We don't think Paraguay are that good, but usually they're relatively solid. Holland against Germany is going to be a really fun game. There's no two ways about it. So before we have a look at the selections I've made, these are just my own players. Again, this spreadsheet by probabilities. It's a brilliant spreadsheet. Pulls down all your own information. I know people like using Sorare data and then they can just plug in the lineups and everything. That's fine, but this is always what I've used to do my own lineups, and I think I've done pretty well at that. Or certainly since I've started using it, it's helped with a lot of lineups going in. So Bart Verbruggen there, nice to see him getting number one for the Netherlands or Holland. Jo Yin Woo has been really good. Trubin, again, rightfully number one, I think, for Ukraine. I mean, I know Lunin had a good spell for Real Madrid, but, Trubin's just such a good goalkeeper. Again, Jo Yin was on there twice. I think that's probably because it's a double game week, actually. Might be playing Friday morning as well. So that's interesting one to look out for. Mayakawa, John Pickford, again, not that higher overall percentage in terms of project score, sorry, not percentage, not rubbish. I've been on the Sprite Zero this morning, so it's nothing to do with Guinness, I promise. But yeah, I guess he's not going to face many shots. Couple of guys injured here. John Stones, chance of coming back in for England. Guay and Maguire were quite good, to be honest. Schlotterbeck, always doing some bits. Sugawara, be a real good one if you thought he was going to play, but yes, Japan have got a lot of good players. See what I say about Matthias Vargas. So he's at Shanghai, project 95, really high. Declan Rice really jumping out there as well. I mean, he's really good, fired up against his home country. Didn't he want to celebrate against his old team or his home country? Iniaga's an interesting one, might put him in somewhere unlimited. And Wakazika. Chappie Simons didn't expect to be that high, 74 against Germany. Then we've got Marcinho, so again a bit interesting one, probably plug him in somewhere unlimited. Gustavo as well. Sarmiento, one I didn't really think of, obviously international game there as well. We've got Virts and Musiala, fortunate enough to have forward cards for them which is really good. So here's the selections I put in so far. So Team 1 All-Star is a super rare team. So I've got going for a Brazil defence, which I think makes a lot of sense based on those stats. Declan Rice captain, again, he's got the highest projected score. Maeda and Sugawara, I'm taking a huge chance on him. I guess not a division, so I can't get relegated. It's going to get relegated. But we might get some boxes, we might get some cards, who knows. I don't think anyone else will run a team like this. By the last spot, I'm getting a bit low on options in Super Rare, to be perfectly honest, but Sugawara is a guy who does score extremely well too, so it's worth taking that into account. First team in Rare, I'm going for Alisson Marquinhos and Rodrigo. A really interesting one as well, that Rodrigo is probably in better form than Vinicius Junior, well, he is in terms of scoring, so really pleased to have picked up his in-season card. And I've gone for Vargas and Gustavo just because Shanghai just tend to bash everybody up. Vargas captain just because I think he's got the higher AA potential. Gustavo could still run riot, if you know what I mean. Going for the Dutch stat against Germany again, no particular sort of reason in terms of confidence that they're going to beat Germany. But Xavi Simons does have a high projected score, and I guess you just never know in international football. That is a third team as well, so it's not like I would recommend that if you've got other choices. And then I've got this one I really quite like actually. So Trubin, I think it's pretty nailed now, to be honest. Just looking up top corner as well, 3 stars. So I know people slag off Sorare a lot and classic and all that sort of stuff, but for a game week like this, that's really good. So there we go. Not saying any more on it. Trent, I hope don't start messing about now. I think Trent is England's right back. Walker's done really well and everything, but getting on a bit now, and he's such a good player, honestly. You've got to find a way to get him in that team, I think. Just such a good footballer. Doesn't sign a new contract. I think he'll end up at Real Madrid next season. It'd be brilliant to see him there with Bellingham, Mbappe, etc. and quite frightening for the rest of world football. Musiala, what can I say about him? Just such a fun player to watch as well. Go with Schlotterbecker and Vinicius Junior. I picked some more teams, so we'll keep going through them. I won't pick any on here just in terms of selections, but I'll show you who I've selected anyway, just so that we can follow along if you feel like that. Again, I'm not a big fan of this international stuff. I've put my Ulsan team into Division 2. I'd love to be playing Division 1. There's not much on, but it just risks losing that entry for Celtic against Hearts, and that's the element I hate about divisions, so I'm going to move right past that because I don't really want to spend loads of time talking about it, and I'll fill out the limited wee bit separately as well. I want to have a look at the under-23s teams though, because I'm quite excited by these two teams, so I'll leave them up on the screen. Again, I've missed out one of the Division 1s. I want to make sure I keep a Division 1 for the weekend. I think with all the stuff that's ongoing, all the different options, the prizes on offer. Team 1, Trubin Bernabai, who I've actually been a bit surprised about. He's scoring pretty well at the moment, so I'll need to check the projections and everything for him, but defender-wise, in terms of what's on midweek, I think he's actually a pretty solid pick at home. Trubin we discussed. Lee Kangen's playing against Oman, I think. A key player for South Korea as well. I think they had a bit of a dodgy result the last time, so they'll be looking to get back on the road. And Musiala and Wirtz, I can't really describe the amount of actual enjoyment I get from just owning those guys. It would pain me just to sell any of those cards, honestly. I did spend a lot of money in the Musiala forward card, as a lot of people did back at that point in Classic, but I'd rather keep it and use it through his career than try and sell it and get a small amount back now, and it is a lot smaller than it was. But he's still going for a good couple £100, and I'm not surprised. Guy is just such a good footballer. Wirtz as well, just insane talent there. It's brilliant. So, and then Team 3, again, I've missed out at Division 1, as I said. I'm going to go with Cian Suzuki. I think it's a wee bit of risk because Japan do a bit of messing about from time to time. Bit of a shame he plays the Bosley in a division like that, but I think that team might actually get promoted to Division 2 this game week. I'm not sure, so I'll double check on that. Depends how Arribas does, but that's likely going to be going in Division 2 rather than Division 3, so I think that's okay. I really like this team as well. As I said earlier, I was talking about Levi Colwell. Like, I think he's such a top player. I might actually, put out a video before this. I brought like Brighton stacks, or stack collection in Seattle. But it might be tempted to get in amongst Chelsea. I mean, it's going to be expensive, right? Because I've literally got about 40 players to buy. I think it's like 39. I've never seen a collection that big in my life. I know everybody all laughs about that shit, but honestly, just crazy. But then, like, all the goalkeepers are playing. So, like, Petrovic has went on loan. Kepa's went on loan. He's playing. Um, you've got Jorgensen's been getting some games in Europe. And Sanchez playing the league. Then outfield guys have left out Cole Palmer for Conference League, so that brings guys like Nkunku into the frame for European games. So anyways, digressing a bit there. Supposedly we mentioned earlier, again, Virts and Musiala, going for a wee bit of a different captain just for a bit of fun. So anyways, that's midweek. I'm not going to spend like a huge amount of time going over it. I hope the last time I did this, it cut me off and you can only see like half of my face. So hopefully it works okay for these videos. But the main stuff's going to be coming back midweek. But I don't want to leave guys without, or you guys without a bit of a preview, because there are some reasonable fixtures on, and if you've got some cards kicking about, you've got contender and everything running there. I'll probably stick some of my front tally guys into the cash comps as well, just considering there's not much running. It's worked really well, obviously, last weekend playing Seattle and Challenger, and hopefully opt to screw the nut and make sure that number one, that win holds. So anyways, I'm having a lot of fun playing Sorare just now. I know there's a lot of moaning and everything about Classic. I do. If you want to have a look at some thoughts on Classic, I have got a video up on the channel for that as well. Anyways, if you're playing midweek bend in the customary fashion, good luck and go fuck.